This is the weekend edition of iFiber1 News, where we present some of the top stories from this week and your weekend weather forecast. I'm Bethany Jenks. Stay tuned for the weekend edition of iFiber1 News.
From the iFiber1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber1 News, your number one source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber1 News, and it starts now.
One of our top stories for this week was about the Shop with a Cop event in Moses Lake, where local law enforcement joined children and families for a shopping spree at Walmart. Reporter Joe Utter was there and has the story.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
Wednesday night was full of Christmas spirit as the Grant County Sheriff's Office and Moses Lake Police Department held their annual Shop with a Cop event at the Moses Lake Walmart. 9 kids and 1 family joined law enforcement and their families for a shopping spree. The group of kids and the 1 family were chosen with the help of the Moses Lake and Ephrata school districts and served Moses Lake. Grant County Sheriff Sergeant Derek Gregg explains the program.
The Sheriff's Office and Walmart came together to come up with an idea to give back to the community. So Walmart has a local giving fund that they give throughout the year. So I applied for a grant each year, and then the money comes through the Walmart Giving Foundation. And so after we get the grant money, then we go out and select the children in the community, and then from there we get the families involved, and the kids get to come down to the store and get a shop with a cop.
Greg said law enforcement enjoys the event just as much as the families.
It's really a fun time of the year to get with the families and the children that get chosen. It's neat to go through the store and tell them that they get to pick anything they want, and then to see their faces light up. So it's really an enjoyable thing for both sides of it, the families and the children, and then the law enforcement.
Each kid was able to fill up a shopping cart full of items, even some surprise gifts for parents and siblings, something Greg said he loves to see every year.
Yeah, it's great because you get to see the kids think about what their families and parents might want for Christmas. And then when we wrap it, it gets them even more excited that the parents get to open it up, or the sibling gets to open it up at Christmas time.
Families of law enforcement also joined in this year to help with shopping and wrapping presents, something different from past events.
Yeah, this year we brought in the wives and the children to help shop and also wrap gifts in the back of the store. So yeah, it was really neat to see the extended families of law enforcement come together and help out.
After a group picture, it was time to track down some unsuspecting families with an early Christmas surprise. Deputies and officers headed back through the aisles with gift cards in hand. The unsuspecting families had no idea what was about to happen.
So we set aside some monies to go out when we're all done and do pick random people in the store that has no idea. So we go up to them and explain what we're doing, that it's Shop with a Cop. And then we grab the kids and the parent and go back and shop with them. So that's really fun because it's unexpected, and it really lets people know that we're here to get together with the community and help out.
This is Joe Utter reporting for iFiber1 News.
Our next story is from Quincy, where a mom says her 6th grade student was dragged and kicked by classmates at the direction of a substitute teacher. Reporter Joe Utter has the details.
An 11-year-old girl was allegedly dragged to the front of her 6th grade Quincy class by students at the direction of a substitute teacher. The girl's mother, Olga Mointano, said her daughter was dragged on the floor by 4 students, run into desks, and was hit and kicked by other students on December 12th at Monument Elementary School. She claims it was at the direction of substitute teacher Ken Lacey.
She was asked by the teacher to go up front in the class to do to say or do something. She refused to go up because she told him that she was embarrassed. And he responded to her, "I'll show you what's embarrassed." So he asked 4 kids. He asked 4 kids to grab her and drag her to the front of the class. And so they did. While she was being dragged, more kids joined in. and she was being slapped, kicked, punched in the face, and they were throwing balls at her.
School officials are investigating the attack and have met with Quincy Police and Mointano.
This morning I went to the school. I talked to the principal. She says she feels sorry for what happened. She showed me the video, and it's more than 4 kids. It's a lot of kids.
Quincy School District Superintendent John Boyd said the teacher resigned on Monday. Police officers interviewed the student on Monday night. Police Chief Bob Heimbeck said it is under investigation and declined to discuss the case. This is Joe Utter for iFiber One News.
And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of these many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
There's something new and exciting happening right now at your nearest Toyota dealer. It's the arrival of the all-new 2014 Corolla, now featuring a new stylish exterior, plus a premium interior loaded with technology, including Toyota's N-Tune multimedia system with navigation. Corolla has definitely evolved. The best part is, right now you could take advantage of special introductory savings. The new 2014 Corolla, available at any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi everybody, meteorologist Don Morelli with you on this Friday night. Big weekend coming our way before Christmas. Lots of plans, I'm sure, lots of traveling. So let's see what Mother Nature has in store for this big travel period. It's going to be wet once again starting tomorrow morning through much of the day Saturday, probably even to Sunday morning. Snow level, as I mentioned yesterday, rising from 2,000 to 4,000 feet, but there still could be some slick passes. And then maybe Christmas Eve, a little bit of light flurries. We'll see. 45 and 37, the extremes today, 900ths of an inch of precipitation from last night into the morning hours, most of which moved on off quickly during the day. 45 and 36 in Moses Lake, and again about 800ths of an inch, just shy of 1/10 of an inch of precipitation. Now we have mostly clear skies being reported, but we have lots of clouds out there as well. It's coming in and out, and looking at the dew point, I'm expecting a little bit of low clouds to redevelop, maybe some fog again. And again, we're looking at quite a slug of moisture coming in overnight tonight. We're moving into the Cascades after midnight and then into our area by sunrise. And it's going to be a pretty rainy day, looks like. Most of the snows, though, are way up in the higher elevation, so you don't see much of that pink and blue, which is good news, but still lots of precipitation into Sunday. Clearing out Sunday night, Monday, but then we have a little band of precipitation again Tuesday and then also on Wednesday. How much precipitation? I showed this yesterday to you. The green is just less than an inch, ½ inch to an inch or so. The blue at least an inch, but you notice the Cascades, 2, 3, 4 inches of precipitation. That's liquid. How much snow does that translate into? Well, the snow level, as I mentioned, rising 2,000 feet tonight, 4,000 feet by Sunday, but the crests could be getting anywhere from 1 to 2 feet. But in general, the passes, 2 to 4 inches, 4 to 8 inches. And again, you know that could be causing some problems traveling. So keep abreast of the snows heading into the Cascades, particularly the northern half of the Cascades towards the Canadian border. Tomorrow's forecast, you can see much of the west and much of the state, clouds and rain and heavy at times, even in the inland northwest. And the higher elevations, again, above 2,000 to 3,000 feet, we'll be seeing snow. Closing in on the basin, you can see temperatures struggling to get out of the upper 30s, lower 40s. It's a wet Saturday. And again, a good ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch of precipitation possible here in the basin. And then we dry it out a bit on Sunday, but getting a little breezy, maybe 30, 40-mile-an-hour gusts behind this system. Notice a gradual cooling trend, but bands of light precipitation, light rain Tuesday, maybe light snow for Santa on Christmas Eve. Again, have a great weekend, everybody. Please be safe and enjoy whatever plans you have.
You don't need me to tell you that 4 and all-wheel drive time is on its way. But maybe you didn't know your local Toyota dealers are gearing up for the season with special savings on our top-selling 4 and all-wheel drive models. From tough Tundra trucks to our best-selling CUV RAV4 or Venza, the perfect blend of all-wheel drive with safety and style. Plus many others. The bottom line is exceptional 4 or all-wheel drive savings just in time for winter. For full details on these and other savings, visit any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Just when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said... Sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
Big Ben hosted Shoreline in the first round of the NWAC men's crossover. It's a good test for Big Ben right before the start of conference play. Reporter Bob Kirkpatrick has the story.
3 players scored in double figures, and the Running Vikes beat Shoreline 82-65 in round 1 of the Big Bend NWAC crossover tournament. Wyatt Johnson led the Running Vikes attack with 17 points. Donovan Wright and Moga Ledoux hit for 12 each. It was a close first half with Big Ben holding a 42-36 lead at the break. The Running Vikes kicked it into high gear to outscore the Dolphins 40-29 in the second half to run away with it. Big Ben had a huge advantage on the glass, out-rebounding Shoreline 45-24. The team shot 47% from the field and hit 40% of its shots from beyond the arc. The win puts the Running Vikes in a semifinal matchup with Southwest Oregon tonight at 7.
Lady Vikings traveled over to Bellevue to compete in the Green River crossover. Big Ben lost a tough one in the opening round to Highline 80-70. Aubrey Vale led the way for the Vikings with 19 points. Chelsea Baker added 14. The loss puts the Vikings in the consolation bracket. They match up with Peninsula today. Moses Lake Christian Academy girls beat Bickleton 56-23 last night. The team jumped out to a 20-4 first quarter lead and never looked back. Anna Yarborough led the line attack with 23 points. Danny Sandberg added 11. The win moves the Lions to 3-0 in 1B Central Washington Conference play. The defending 2-time state champion Warden girls wrestling team got upset by Othello. The Huskies, down 27-0 in the match, came back to win it 40-39. The match was tied at 39-all, but the Huskies got the win by virtue of the 5th tiebreaker. The 5th tiebreaker is the highest total of first-round points scored in each match of the meet. The Cougars will have a chance at revenge when they face off with the Huskies again at the Warden Invite this Saturday. A couple great basketball games are in store for this Saturday. The top-ranked Lady Chiefs host Eisenhower in a Big 9 conference game, kickoff at 5:45. Lady Chiefs are looking to keep their perfect season alive. The game is followed by Moses Lake men's team hosting a tough Eisenhower squad. Both teams are undefeated in Big 9 conference play. You can watch these games live on iFiber Channel 1 or at iFiber1.com. I'll be calling the action alongside Bob Kirkpatrick. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our next story is about the Miracle on Main Street celebration that rang in the holiday season in Ephrata. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
Sunny skies and cool temperatures kicked off Ephrata's Miracle on Main Street Saturday. The annual event is sponsored by the Ephrata Chamber of Commerce and got underway with the Jingle Bell Fun Run at 11 a.m. More than 150 Grant County runners took to the streets to cover either the 1-mile or 3-mile courses. Some were out to set the best time, while others dressed for the occasion and made it a family affair. A few also seemed determined to work off their Thanksgiving leftovers. Ephrata resident Don Molitor used the race as a tune-up for his first half marathon next year and tried to keep pace with his nephew, 14-year-old Hayden Loomis of Cooley City.
Oh, this is a great little track. We're going to have fun, and next year I'll give Hayden better competition.
At the beginning, he passed me, so then I was like, well, I'm just going to keep my pace. I would catch him at the top of the hill, and then once I caught him, then I was trying to stay in front of him and keep my pace.
Organizers said the turnout was higher than anticipated thanks to the sunshine, and while no one got a trophy for finishing first, participants at least got to take home a t-shirt for crossing the finish line. With the race in the books, the Ephrata Recreation Center opened its doors for a cavalcade of holiday family activities. Children and their parents got to take part in everything from making Christmas cards to decorating holiday flower pots and cookies, an art contest, and games while waiting for their turn to sit on Santa's lap. Members of the Ephrata High School dance team, along with many other community volunteers, chipped in to put it all together, and Chamber of Commerce Director Danielle Langley said the event's one of the highlights of the season for residents.
Yeah, it's been really good. We had a larger turnout at the fun run than we expected, which is wonderful. And this is about standard. We usually have a really good turnout for the kids' activities, and Santa's always a really big draw. We actually started back in August, just because I had my son on Halloween. So we've been planning this for quite a few months, and the last couple weeks have been crazy, just the final push and making sure everything has been in. But it's gone pretty smooth, and everything's came together. There haven't been any too big of disasters yet.
As night descended on downtown, the lighted parade got underway with vehicles of all shapes and sizes decked out in their Yuletide best. Ephrata's 1161st Transportation Company led the way, passing out candy along with Girl Scout Troop 4567, the Grant County PUD, Inland Oil, Ephrata Raceway Park, and local vendors. The parade culminated with Old St. Nick taking one last ride through town with some help from the Ephrata Fire Department before heading back to the North Pole. In Ephrata, Devin Higgins for iFiber One News.
We'll be right back.
Are your kids rough on your furniture? Things looking a little run down? Then come to More Furniture in Ephrata and we can help get things back in order. We have all the top name brands made with strong quality support, including Sealy Posturepedic mattresses, because whatever you do in bed, Sealy supports it. The next time your furniture is in need of some replacing, stop into More Furniture in Ephrata, locally owned and trusted for over 100 years.
Attention business owners. The deadline is fast approaching to advertise in the 2015 edition of the Moses Lake Local Book. Don't be the only business left out. In print or online, it's the best way to reach your customer when they're ready to buy. Call today to place your ad by calling 877-738-9829 or by visiting us online at www.statewideyp.com. The Moses Lake Local Book Telephone Directory. Simply the best advertising.
Welcome back. The next story is about the Nathan Brooks trial that's likely to stay in Grant County after a judge's ruling this week. Reporter Cameron Probert has more.
Nathan Brooks' trial is staying in Grant County. Visiting Douglas County Superior Court Judge John Hotchkiss decided the media coverage of the 16-year-old's case wasn't enough to move the trial. Brooks is facing 2 counts of attempted murder in the first degree in Grant County Superior Court. He is accused of shooting his parents while they were sleeping in their Moses Lake home in 2013. Defense attorney Brian Quinn argued the news coverage around the allegations tainted the potential jury pool. Pointed out the case has been covered by all the major media outlets in Grant County, including iFiber One News. Deputy Prosecutor Stephen Johnson responded by saying the articles published about the case aren't enough to show Brooks can't get a fair trial. The majority of the coverage occurred at the time of the alleged incident and the hearing to determine whether Brooks could be tried as an adult. Hotchkiss said he believed the attorneys could find an impartial jury in Grant County. For iFiber One News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
Rounding out this week's news coverage is a story about hundreds of nativity scenes displayed at a church in Moses Lake, with collections from around the world. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Moses Lake Stake celebrated the meaning of Christmas with more than 300 nativity scenes collected by church members from around the world. The nativity scenes were exhibited like works of art inside the church's gymnasium, where everyone was invited to stroll and ponder the scenes that came in all forms imaginable. Marble, porcelain, wood, painted, and crystal were among the art forms at the venue. Even a VW microbus nativity scene was on display. On stage was a live nativity with Mary and Joseph stand-in actors who were rotated throughout the event. Musicians and singers performed as well during the event Thursday through Saturday at the church on Division Street. Even free family photos at a nativity booth could be taken in the church's lobby. Carrie Welty, the church's activity chairwoman, said it's all about sharing the belief and understanding of the Christ child's birth leading up to December 25th.
Something that we really would like to share and have people understand about our church and our faith is that we have a strong faith in our Savior Jesus Christ. And sometimes that gets lost in the name Mormon. But that's kind of a nickname, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So we thought, what better thing than to celebrate the Savior's birth with all these beautiful nativities that people have collected.
While about 90% of the nativity scenes came from church members, many who brought them back from missions in foreign lands, Welty said non-church members are encouraged to submit their nativities for the exhibit.
We're hosting it, but we just would love everybody to come, and because it's just a great time of the year, you know, where we don't have to worry about all the different doctrinal points that we all agree. We're all Christian and we all believe in the Savior, and it's just a great way to celebrate as a community. The idea is that you can come in at your own pace, and you could stay for 20 minutes or you could stay for 2 hours. It's whatever you'd like to do.
The celebration has always been open to the public. The nativity event was founded by Laurie McNeese in 2002. She explained how it all began.
My husband and I were in Wenatchee, and he had been invited to a nativity over there. And when I walked in the church, it was just so beautiful and just breathtaking. And I came back to Moses Lake, and our stake president at the time was Von Hunsaker, and I talked to him and told him what a wonderful experience it was. And he said, well, let's try and do it in our stake.
McNeese said the event last week was the first time in almost 10 years the nativities were placed on display.
I think the first year we probably had 300 or 400 nativities, and it was members of our church, but also many people in the community. If you're a collector of nativities, you love to display them and you love to show them.
Welty said the nativity event is intended to be special and festive.
I mean, just walking in here, you feel something, and Christmas is so busy with the hustle and running to get all your packages mailed, and to just come in here, and it's a wonderful place to be.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
That wraps up our weekend edition. iFiber One News will be back on Monday at 5 p.m. with the latest news from around the Columbia Basin. Thank you for watching.